Hello my friends, welcome to another video. Here I'm Andrea Croci. Today I have the luck and thanks for the opportunity to sit in the park. It's sunny and it's a bit windy, but I'm in the shadow, so I can enjoy the wind, and I hope that doesn't affect much the microphone. Today I'm here with a bottle. It's actually just some protein shake, but I want to use it for another example. And basically 9 out of 10 people that I used to receive in my consultation while I was in Lima suffer of like shoulder pain, upper back, tensional headache, and that's something that really bother many people, even on the YouTube, on the Facebook. Sorry, when I used to do Facebook ads, many people keep asking, I have shoulder pain, I have chronic headache, chronic neck pain. I don't know what to do. I've been to the physio, I've been to the chiropractor, I tried to go to the gym, it's not resolving. And I always try to, the best results was always achieved by explaining the cause of the pain, because you can try to fix the symptoms, but if you don't remove the cause of the symptoms, you end up keep having experiencing the symptoms. I'm repeating symptoms. So uh, most of the time, in like people who work of a sedentary uh, job, like people in the office working on a computer, secretary, and anything that is seated in a seated position. Many people don't take into account the ergonomics of the workplace. That is occupational therapy. So if your company don't look after your the ergonomics of your work, you should be focusing that on yourself. So you need to make sure that your screen is a good height for you, because ergonomics is very personal. It's not a standard. There are standards, but there are standards that need to be applied to the person. So the monitor need to be a 45-degree to the eye person, so it will be a 45 angle, but it will be a two different angles, heights, for a person who's under 1.5 meters and a person who's 1 meter and 80 centimeters. So it's the same rule, but the outcome change. So most of the people get relief after coming to my session, because I noticed that they have a contraction of the trapezius, the upper back. Sometimes they have like a tilted head, so like instead of like being straight, they do this, or they do this. So they have like face like that. I have the lines on the monitor, which I'm recording, and it's like it's not straight like that. My head is straight, my shoulders are quite straight, but I either do this and my shoulder is higher, or either do this and my neck is like, my nose is pointing that side, not this side. I don't know, is that clear enough? Just leave a comment if you think it's not clear enough, and I will reply to you later. So most of the time people do this. Women tend to do that because of single shoulder bags, so bags that have one shoulder only, they're not backpacks. Men also do have like 24 hours briefcase, so they hold them on one hand on one side of the body, and they tend to I forgot the terms again, to compensate by doing apply resistance with the trapezius instead of using the lats, the pecs, and the deltoid. So you need, if you probably overuse your traps, you need to do more shoulder work. So you need to work out more your pecs, your shoulder, your lats, your back muscle, like rhomboids, which are the one that keep your shoulder blades close together, and that would be something that will help you. I have a few program on a different platform, so feel free to reach out to me and I'll pass you the link of the specific program. Another things that I see often, I don't have a cup with me, but assuming that I have a cup on my left hand side, many people, instead of lowering the cup, I'm going to move the camera a bit. So instead of lowering the cup below, around the center of the sternum, which is the bone of your chest, instead of having the cups here and pouring, I'll make sure it's close, and pouring, some people do this, so they hunch, I think is the right word, they hunch forwards, they lift their shoulder, they want to raise all the shoulder and the elbow to pour water and have their face as close as possible, like they don't want to overflow the cup, which to me, it can make sense that you don't want to overflow the cup, but you're not freaking blind. You can see the cup is filling, even though if down below, you can do that and still not spilling water or whatever things you're pouring. So most people do that, and that's totally useless movement. I'm not criticizing you, I'm just reporting what I see in people. I see that a lot, that people do that. Also, when I notice myself, when I want to throw I cook pasta. No, I'm Italian. Sorry for the, I'm not sure if you can hear the airplane. I think, yeah. So when I want to throw the water from the pasta is cooked. I notice sometimes instead of like pouring the water and just like turning the pan, I just literally do this. I just like bring my shoulder up as much as possible, like that. My hands are here. Even if I do that, my hands don't actually move. So it's a pointless movement, it's a useless movement. You're not gonna achieve any change in the action that you actually want to perform by raising your shoulder. You just freak out all your rotator cuff muscle for no reason, and all the mechanics of the elbow and the wrist change completely, because that's not stability. This joint is not stable anymore, and this joint is the one that should be moving, but you're actually moving this joint, and this joint paralyzed. So this joint actually can't move. The wrist and the elbow, they cannot move because this joint is unstable. So you end up like moving all your body to freaking throw the water after you cook, while you could just stable all your core. The core goes from the clavicula up to the mid thigh. So where the iliac psoas inserts, that's all is considered the core. It's not just the abs. So if you stable, if you give tension to your body, or your body stabilized, the joint of the shoulder are stable, you can actually move your arm and do whatever you want with your arm, with your wrist, like Karate Kid, and avoid to slouch and do crazy movement with your neck, because you see me doing it now, and doing it once is not really making a big issues, but you don't realize that you do that every day, multiple times a day for months, and that's why you get tensional headache, you get neck pain, you have like shoulder impingement. I'm not sure impingement is the right word. Nerves impingement. I don't know if they use that for the U.S. Um, president. When you do impeachment, the president, isn't it? Just leave a comment. I'm not sure. And that's about 10 minutes. So I think as for what I want to talk about in this video, I think this is enough. If you think I should, if you want more information about the mechanics of you should move your shoulder, how you should use your wrist and your elbow joints compared to the shoulder, why people tend to have this forwards shoulder posture, which I think I mentioned. If you're following me on Instagram, which is like stability, lower score, coaching, lower score, relief, you can see I posted something about stretching the pecs, and feel free to leave a comment and I'll make a separate video for that. So I think that's all for today. As I said at the beginning, my name is Croci Andrea. Primarily, I'm a personal trainer at the moment and a coach. If you're watching my videos, you are being coached, even though you're not paying me. And you are being coached every time you try to learn something. So coaching is a fundamental part of our daily life. We need to learn, we need to be coached every single day, because that's the way you can learn and evolve from a state of ignorance that you ignore something that could be beneficial, and then once you get exposed to this information, you actually can make a change, a positive change in your behavior. So thank you very much, and see you in the next video.